Welcome back to the channel. Now this is something that I said I was going to do probably months ago. I did a John Williams LP vinyl challenge, which came from Daniel, Soundtracks with Birdman, and Dave from Skirwingle did his mammoth one, and then I thought, well, I'm going to have to do that, and I completely forgot about it. So I'm going to do it today. It's not a huge one, not as big as Daniel's and Dave's, but going to show it off anyway. So get right into it. These are in alphabetical order mostly, so starting off, the original soundtrack release of AI. I'd really like this film as well. Lovely score as well, but I didn't understand the last 20 minutes. I had to read up about that. Now I understand it, but if I hadn't read about the ending to this film, I would never have understood what was going on. I thought it was aliens, but if you haven't seen it, I'll just ruin it for you. So there's that release. Then a bit later on, got the La La Land 3-disc version, which is stupendous. Can't recommend that enough. John Williams' loveliness. Next up, Always, from 1989. Or 1990, sorry. I've just read the date on the back there. But a lot of people don't think much of this score. They just think it's John Williams on autopilot. But I just think it's lovely. It doesn't lean on all the buttons. It doesn't have to. It's just a really mellow, lovely score. So this version has about 40 minutes of score and some songs on it. But that's all we had for the longest time until that came out, La La Land. That came out last year. 2021. Only got that recently. Not a huge amount, not a huge expansion, but enough to make it worthwhile. It's got the end credit suite. It's got some various other things on there as well, and some alternates, which is always interesting to hear. So next up, alphabetically, this is the RSNO re-recording of Amazing Stories. I think it's the first few episodes. The Mission, Dorothy and Ben. But yeah, great recording by the RSNO for that one. I wish I had the actual recordings of the scores from the TV series itself, but that'll do me. Love the Mission score. Good episode as well. Next up, Amistad. Another great film, another great score. Everybody knows Dry Your Tears, Africa, but you should listen to the rest of the score as well. Next up, BFG. Wasn't hugely successful at the cinema, but just a big, colourful, old-fashioned children's film with great special effects and a lovely kind of whimsical score. Don't know it hugely well. I need to revisit this, but yeah, enjoyed that. Here's one of those films that I haven't actually seen yet, The Book Thief, but it's an okay score. Again, I'm not totally familiar with it. It was just one of those things I bought because it was John Williams. But again, I'll have to revisit that one. But that's still in the bees. Born on the 4th of July. This is showing its age, this CD. Bought this in 1990, I believe. Again, it had a few John Williams tracks, and it was half and half, really. Songs and John Williams. Searing Born on the 4th of July track is just beautiful, stunning stuff. Yeah, but I would like to see an expansion of that, please. Intrada, La La Land, whoever's listening. I've got 17 subscribers. Next up, Catch Me If You Can, John Williams. This is a staple at John Williams concerts all around the world. Not particularly ones that are conducted by him, but you know, when orchestras do a John Williams night. Some of the jazzy stuff is not my cup of tea, but there's some great stuff on there, and there's some songs interspersed with that as well. Next up, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Now this was the collector's edition soundtrack from about 20 years ago. Comes with a kind of inbuilt booklet and a little kind of is this what they call a digipack? I don't know. I get confused because this is quite a sturdy one. But up until this was released, this was the largest expansion of the score, until La La Land did this lovely thing, the 2-disc 40th anniversary remastered edition, which includes all sorts of goodies on it, including the TV music. Did you know that John Williams wrote the music for the snippet of the Ten Commandments that was on the TV? He didn't write the music for the actual film, but he wrote it for that snippet of that was on the TV. There was a TV Western, must have been on TV at some point. He wrote about a minute of score for that. But yeah, great stuff. What else? Oh, Birdman, I love this. The Cowboys, the deluxe edition. Great film as well, from 1972. This is one of Birdman's favourite scores, if not his favourite score. So yeah, John Williams doing a Western. What's not to like? From 1979, John Williams' Dracula. Now, he said that he'd never seen a Dracula film before, so he was just coming into it completely fresh. So I think he did a wonderful job. Yeah. Again, for the longest time, that was what we had. About 39 minutes or something, 40 minutes, however long this score is. Not very long. I had that on LP, which I showed on my LP John Williams challenge thing. But that's all we had until the deluxe edition came out. When did this come out? 2018. Limited to 5,000 copies, so there's probably about 20,000 copies of this. But that came with the original film score and the re-recording with the LSO from 1979. So yeah, I believe the actual original film score was recorded in America, but as John Williams did with a few of his scores, he re-recorded it in England. Next up, the original CD release of E.T. Again, I had this on LP in 1982. Still got it somewhere. But yeah, that was what we had for the longest time until the 20th anniversary. And we got the 20th anniversary expanded soundtrack, which included the end credits, I think, for one of the first times. Then, again, La La Land did their magic and gave us the 35th anniversary remastered edition with all the loveliness that goes with that. That came with the original 82 original soundtrack album as well, remixed. But yeah, that is one of my favourite scores of all time, one of my favourite films as well. Always in the top 10 of both films and music. Next up, one of my newest purchases, the Eiger Sanction. Wonderful, wonderful score. I wasn't a huge fan of this about 25 years ago, but as I've aged, I've fallen in love with it again, or again for the first time. Spectacular film as well. Quite slow moving, but some spectacular photography. But directed by Clint Eastwood, music by John Williams. Perfect. Next up, Empire of the Sun. This is the original CD release. I had this on LP as well. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Cadillac of the Skies is the standout track. That's the one that always gets re-recorded, but there's so much good stuff on there. Exhausta Justi. Exhaustate Just, I don't know how I'm saying that. Check it out. Then La La Land did their Secret Source stuff and produced this 2-disc expanded version. Great. Next up, Family Plot. A fun little score. Not great, but it was Alfred Hitchcock's last film. So yeah, glad I've got that. This is a wonderful score. Far and Away from 1992. I remember seeing that at the cinema. Just a good old-fashioned romp of a kind of romantic adventure with a stunning score by John Williams. And then La La Land did their magic and gave us the 2-disc expanded version. Oh, nice. Next up, we have The Fury. Bonkers film, but great fun. The ending has got to be seen to be believed, but great music. I think John Williams was channeling Bernard Herrmann when he wrote that, or maybe that was what he was told to do. Then we have the La La Land 2-disc expanded version, which has the original film score, which was recorded in America, with the re-recording, which was done with the LSO, which is that version. But it's all in one package there. So yeah, lovely stuff. Then we have 3 of his Harry Potters. I would have loved the box set of that, but it's just slightly out of my price range. Probably will always be. Next up, Home Alone. Yeah, not the biggest fan of the film or the score. There's some nice stuff on it and some songs interspersed with it. I didn't go out my way to get the expanded version, but I need to reacquaint myself with that just to see if I like it even more now. Hook. That's a top 10 John Williams score for me. That was the original CD I bought in London in 1991, I believe. Weirdly, it didn't have the track listing on the back. It had it on the CD itself. So I typed out the track listing and stuck it in there. But yeah. Then we had the La La Land 2-disc version. Now, a lot of people are saying it's not the greatest recording or the greatest expansion, but I was just chuffed to have all that extra music and more of the kind of ultimate war cues from the end. So yeah, I really like that. Now we have Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is the DCC version. Eric Wood swears by this. I think this was one of the ones that he bought and rushed home and listened to until he'd worn it out. But what's to be said about Raiders? Great score. Then we have Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I don't have individually Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom on CD. I have it on LP. But yeah, I was in this one. But yeah, great score. And on the Indiana Jones front, again, this is not a popular box set. People get quite angry and upset about this, but I don't. It's got expanded soundtracks, and it'll do until the real thing comes along. And it comes in a nice little box. So, next up, Jaws, the original soundtrack, Oscar-winning soundtrack from 1975. That was the original release, same as the LP release, I believe. Then we had the collector's edition soundtrack, which was expanded, almost complete. And then we had La La Land, Entrada Loveliness, expanding it to 2 discs and putting loads of interesting stuff on there. Then we had Jaws 2, the Entrada expanded release, which is dusty. Not a bad film. I quite enjoyed the film. Then we have JFK, stunning film, stunning editing, stunning acting, stunning cast, stunning photography, stunning score. Let's get an expansion of that. Jurassic Park was the most successful film ever made when it first came out. I think it took Star Wars' throne. Then we had The Lost World Jurassic Park with its... I'm amazed this still works with its kind of fold-out diorama packaging. I'm not going to get it out, but that's still in working order. It's not even that dog-eared. I'm quite amazed because it's quite a flimsy little package. Then we had the La La Land 4-disc expansion of both Jurassic Park and The Lost World. I haven't gone for the new La La Land Jurassic Park because I can't afford it. Next up, Lincoln. Great film, great performance by Daniel Day-Lewis and a lovely John Williams score. Next up, pretty terrible film, Midway. Good intentions, but it used a lot of stock footage from Tora of all things, and other films, and real footage, and just some really melodramatic nonsense. Next up, Minority Report. Love this film. Not a huge fan of the photography. It's like they used a load of broken lenses and just robbed it of colour. Why do they do that? I don't know. Anyway, great score though. Next up we have Munich, stunning film. It's like an old-fashioned 70s thriller, but obviously based on a tragic, true story. But again, Steven Spielberg firing on all cylinders, and again, another searing score by John Williams. Another one of my favourites, 1941. I saw this when it first came out on video in about 82, must have been, 82, 83. So I was about 14, 15, just the right time. The film was a riot. It wasn't. I thought it was amusing. And looking back, it's not particularly funny, but there's a lot of virtuoso filmmaking, and the score is just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant fun. Then La La Land did the 2-disc. That took the longest time to get, and I paid more than I should have for that. But so glad to have that, the complete score, and it's got the original album on there as well as some extra stuff. So love that. Didn't have this for over 25 years. Then Daniel got that for me for my birthday this year. Nixon, stunning, stunning stuff. The opening track, the 1960s, the turbulent years, is just wow. Can't recommend that enough. I don't know why I didn't have that. I probably just forgot about it in the end, but so glad I got that. Thanks again, Daniel. Next up, Daniel and I did a rewatch of that a couple of weeks ago. The Patriot, great film, great score. Expansion, please. Check out the FSO, the Film Symphony Orchestra, their concert version of the Patriot Suite. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. The Post, John Williams, great little score, and a really good film as well. So check it out if you haven't seen it. Presumed Innocent. It's been 30 years since I've seen the film. Can't remember it that well. Need to catch up with it again. I'd probably need to reacquaint myself with the score as well. I know it's been reissued as a deluxe edition from Varese. So, but I remember liking the main theme from it, but I can't remember much of the score, to tell you the truth. It's been quite a while since I've listened to that. The River. I have seen the film. I can't remember anything about it, and all I can remember from the score is the opening music. Again, it's another one that hasn't had much playtime, and yeah. Next up, Saving Private Ryan. Stunning film. Quite hard to watch, as you probably know why. The opening 25 minutes and the closing 25 minutes are just incredible filmmaking, and the score is very quiet, very understated, but Hymn to the Fallen is a stunning piece of music. But yeah, Saving Private Ryan. Schindler's List, what can be said? Superb score, superb film. Everybody should see the film. Everybody should listen to the score. Space Camp. This was the Entrada release. The film, but the score is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I've just ordered the expanded version of that, but I'm still waiting for that. So yeah, looking forward to getting the expanded version. But yeah, great score. Thoroughly recommend it. Next up, covered all these in the Star Wars video, but that's all the Star Wars. Oh, the Superman there. All the Star Wars CDs. Superman, I've got two of those. Don't know why. That was the Warner Archives Rhino release. What else do we have here? We have Superman the movie. That's the La La Land 3-disc version. That's the re-recording by the RSNO, the Varese release. And I've included Superman 4 there because John Williams did write 3 new pieces for that. So yeah, that's a great little score as well by Alexander Courage. Thoroughly recommend that. Next up, Terminal, fun film, fun score. The Tale of Victor Navorsky, the opening track, gets played in concerts all the time. Lovely piece. Next up, Tintin. Steven Spielberg did an animated film, computer animated film. Great fun, adventurous score as well. The Adventures of Tintin, the actual film's called. So maybe that should have come under A, but I put out the T for Tintin. War of the Worlds. I really liked this film. It was packed full of just great filmmaking. People were saying, "Oh, we were disappointed in the end with the ending. You know, with everything, everybody just died, or all the aliens died." Well, that's the way the book ends. So, Warhorse, lovely film, sumptuous photography, good old-fashioned filmmaking, and a wonderful, just glowing score like the film. Great stuff. The Witches of Eastwick, and there's a little piece of whatever that is. Just great fun score. Lovely stuff. The ballroom scene is just beautiful, and the dance of the witches cues are just great fun. What else here? Oh, so we're into compilations now. So this is Pops on Broadway 1990, Music of the Night. It's just the Boston Pops doing different musicals. Conducted by John Williams, of course. The official Centennial Olympic theme, Summon the Heroes, John Williams. So this was the album that came out in 96, I believe. So it had Summon the Heroes, it had O Fortuna from Carmina Burana, Bugler's Dream, Olympic Fanfare, Olympic Hymn, The Olympic Spirit, love that tune, Chariots of Fire, yeah. Next up, we've got the Gustavo Dudamel and doing a John Williams thing with the LA Phil. Some interesting versions of John Williams there. Sometimes LA Philharmonic's great orchestra, but sometimes they can be a bit polite in their performance, a bit understated. Sometimes the brass needs to be a bit more. Maybe that's just me. Next up, America, The Dream Goes On, Boston Pops. American theme music. It's got New York, New York, Battle Hymn of the Republic, America the Beautiful, Hoedown by Copeland. Yeah, great stuff. Again, conducted by John Williams. Call of the Champions. This is from the 2002 Winter Olympics. It's got various other things on there as well, including Summon the Heroes. I Love a Parade, just marches with John Williams and the Boston Pops. The Spielberg-Williams collaboration, the first CD in the kind of short series that spanned a number of years. This has got E.T., Always, Raiders, Empire of the Sun, Jaws, 1941, E.T. Then we have John Williams' Greatest Hits, 1969 to 1999. This had all sorts of things. Just were these original recordings or just covered? Anyway, there's the Boston Pop stuff on here, but all the usual suspects are here. It's got Rosewood on there, Olympic Centennial, Home Alone, Stepmom's on there. So it's got some interesting things on there. Next up, I bought this before I really kind of understood about Anne-Sophie Mutter. I just bought this because it was a new John Williams thing. Not a huge fan of Anne-Sophie Mutter, but she's very successful and people seem to like her. But it's not my cup of tea. But yeah, that was a more recent album. That was from 2019. Next up, this seems to be a favourite of everybody. By Request, the best of John Williams. This is one of the first John Williams compilation CDs I picked up. It's just absolutely scratched to bits, but it still works fine. And it's this was the first time I ever heard the Cowboys Overture. What's more to be said about that? Yeah, great CD. Next up, A Gathering of Friends. Thanks to Daniel, he sent me that. Lovely, lovely, warm performance by Yo-Yo Ma of various things from Schindler's List, Highwood's Ghost. I'd never heard that. I'd never even knew it existed, which was fantastic. So, thank you, Daniel, again. Now, this is a weird one. Music from the Star Wars saga, Essential Collection. This was the Slovak National Symphony Orchestra conducted by Robert Ziegler. I heard this first on streaming, and it's just great performances. And you know, the Battle of Crete as a track, I've never seen that before on a thing. But yeah, just wonderful, spirited performance. Had this for years. I think I got this as a present. John Williams, 40 Years of Film Music. This is the City of Prague Philharmonic, who just go from strength to strength. They started off a bit, but yeah. But I mean, if you're new to John Williams, this is a great way of just having a look at what's out there. Tons of stuff on there. This stack's getting a bit wobbly here. What else have we got here? John Williams, Steven Spielberg, The Ultimate Collection. No, this is the Spielberg Williams collaboration. It's got the one I showed you earlier, disc 1. Disc 2 is Williams on Williams, the classic Spielberg scores. Had stuff from Hook, 1941, Jaws, Close Encounters, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, and then finally we got the Spielberg Williams collaboration Part 3, which had more recent films like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Dry Your Tears, Africa, BFG, Terminal, Munich. Yeah. Then, I don't know where I got this from or why I bought it. John Williams, The Great Movie Soundtracks. I probably got it because it was cheap. But there's some Harry Potter stuff, Close Encounters, Sugarland Express. It's got Air and Simple Gifts, Song for World Peace, Summon Heroes, Hymn to New England, The Five Sacred Trees, Concerto for Bassoon and Orchestra. That's the Sound the Bells, and the Olympic Spirit again. Then, last but not least, we have John Williams' Conductor. This came out a few years ago. This isn't the most recent box set, which I think was Decca releases. This is from 2018. And what we have in here are these little cardboard slip things. There's a little booklet. I say a little, it's quite a fat booklet, but I think there's probably different languages in there. But we have the Hollywood Sound. It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing. Joy to the World, which was the Christmas themed one. Cinema Serenade with Itzhak Perlman. Joshua Bell, Gershwin Fantasy. Is that the Boston Pops? No, that's the London Symphony Orchestra. Oh, it's interesting. Five Sacred Trees again. That's the London Symphony again. Music for Stage and Screen. That's John Williams and the Boston Pops. That's got it's got his Born on the 4th of July, but it's got Aaron Copland's Red Pony Suite on it, and it's also got quite a long suite from the Reavers. Yeah, which is always good. Unforgettable, the Boston Pops again. This is a great album. John Williams conducts John Williams, the Star Wars trilogy, the Skywalker Symphony. That's probably mostly LA Phil players. Great stuff on there. John Williams, the Green Album, Boston Pops. It's got all sorts of stuff on there. Mostly traditional things and some classical and some Dmitri Tiomkin and Leonard Bernstein, however you pronounce it. Night and Day, Sinatra stuff. John Williams and the Boston Pops. Yo-Yo Ma plays the music of John Williams. It's the Recording Arts Orchestra of Los Angeles. It's got Concerto for Cello and Orchestra and some other stuff on it. Cinema Serenade 2, The Golden Age, Itzhak Perlman and John Williams again. It's got some Charlie Chaplin, Modern Times, Victor Young, Max Steiner, Alfred Newman. Good stuff. Now, there's that one again. Williams on Williams, which was in one of those other box sets. That one again was in the set. American Journey, that one again. Spielberg Williams collaboration Part 3, that one again. The Spielberg Williams collaboration, that one again. I Love a Parade, that one again. And Music of the Night, that one again. I think I bought it because it had a lot of things that were difficult to get, but yeah. Okay, that's my John Williams collection. I've got some stuff being delivered soon, so there'll be some unboxing videos coming. Yeah, and some other stuff. What about you? What's your favourite John Williams score? Oh, Yellow. Yeah. No. No. 7. What was the question? Forget it. You're a dick. Anyway, till next time. Good day.